We are back here for coding some changes in here.
Oh, you're streaming and I forgot.
Yes. And first thing we need to figure out, I need you to tell me how to do, not figure out because I'm sure you know how to do it, is how do I keep scaffolds from hurting us?
Scaffolds?
Yes, without having to have IC2 Classic or Experimental as a dependency.
We make a config where you can add blocks. Really simple config.
Okay.
But first I need to see what you're having in front of you.
Right now I'm looking at the block changes. Oh, yeah. Fuck, I forgot to give you the... Yeah. How about I share my screen to you so you can see?
Yeah, that would be nice.
I forgot. Just a little slow today.
So...
Because I only know how to do this, which is the material change. I don't know how to do an actual block.
Well, technically you have the block already.
Okay. What's the block?
Basically get block, and from block you get the material. But what we can do is we can go up as far as possible. Stop. Yeah, and we make a set of a public field that's called set, that is allowing you to store a certain object list and that it can compare to. So basically, under the GT class, where you have GT, where you have GT, public static class GT.
I'm looking. Oh, here.
No. Where that is stored. Up,
so
more
here.
up. No, even more up. Public static class GT.
Public.
That's the exact line, yeah.
Public oh, here.
Yeah, line 24. I forgot the numbers on this side. So we go below that.
Okay.
And make a empty line so it's not crammed together. And scroll up one. And then we make public static set with the big S. And we remove that space, please. And then we make the corner curves, if you know what I mean. No, that look like smaller or bigger. In this case, bigger. A bigger symbol.
Oh, greater than symbol.
Yeah, greater than.
Sure, that one.
Okay, smaller than in this case.
Less than.
Yeah, and yet now we type in block with a big B. And then you go out of the side of the greater than, and then call it whitelist, space whitelist.
Capital or not?
Doesn't matter. It's the name.
Okay.
Then space equals.
Only one?
Yeah, and then space new space hash set. Both names are typed big. And then copy the or move the block, the smaller than block greater than symbol. That needs to be at the end.
Wait, and move it? You don't want it here?
Copy and paste, okay.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you need to. Basically, it needs to be the same there.
Oh, okay. So copy this and paste it.
And I explain to you in a second what that means.
Good.
And then round curves and semicolon. Then save, and all errors should disappear.
Save is
Control S.
S. Okay.
It did not disappear. Then select, yeah, the first option.
Import set.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the hash set needs to be also imported.
Well, stop. What the?
Only mouse over, not clicking. Yes. Yeah. Okay. There are different types of storage inside of Java. There's arrays, which is basically just an array of options. Then there are lists, which can be either arrays or sorted arrays or linked arrays, which is basically we have value A, then value B, and then value C, but they are not listed directly under each other. They are loose together. And then there's a set, which is not really a list. It's more like somewhat like a sorted list that doesn't allow duplicates. It doesn't set the first entry that you add to the first position. It sets it to a position where a specific value that's generated out of what you insert is generated in. And basically it doesn't allow duplicates, and it doesn't allow stuff that is the same. So what we have there is basically a clean set of blocks that we can easily check for, and even fast check for, of what we want to exclude and maybe even add. So
okay.
now we...
Did you see what Greg said?
1 second, I need to minimize my Discord a bit. He's now talking to me.
He said whitelist equals new set.
Again, please, I didn't understand that.
He said whitelist equals new set. He didn't have hash set on that. I think he's wanting to know why you're using hash set instead of just set.
Set is an interface, not while the hash set is the implementation of the set. And he knows that. I think he means why I call it white list instead of white set. Because it's not a list, technically.
Oh, okay.
But in our usage, it is a list in that regard. Because it's like, these are the only things that get ignored in this case. And also he's annoying because I told him not to watch Kyle with him, which is a YouTuber that we follow, and now I'm coding with you. That's why he's pissed a bit. Now we go into your before we do that, I want to go up, please. I want to explain you one thing extra. These smaller than and bigger than between, you have a block. This is something that is called a generic. Hash sets have actually not defined types in them. So you could insert numbers in there, you could insert items in there, you could insert blocks. Generic basically allows you to say, you can insert anything in there, but you need to define it when you create it. And that's what these smaller and greater than, and then the type inside of them is. What we basically say, this set only is allowed to use blocks.
Oh, okay. Now,
so,
in case I missed it earlier, you might not have said it. What the hell is the difference between a set and a hash set?
Set is an interface which basically is saying you have a set of items that are not allowed to be duplicated and have to be sorted in a specific way. And the hash set is basically the implementation of that set.
Oh,
the set on itself does nothing. The hash set does what the set wants to do.
Oh, okay.
That's basically like the same with item and item stacks in that regard. Items on its own can't do anything, but with an item stack, they can do something. It's not equally the same, and Greg will kill me for that sentence, but I think you understand that easier with that. Okay, now we go down to your whitelisting. Yeah, correct. And then we go to the else block.
This one.
Yeah, correct. And we make we shift the attack damage one deeper. No, not that line. The line below that.
Oh.
So we can type in another if before that.
So here.
Yeah.
And then we're if here.
Yeah. So we start with an if and the round curves with that. And then we do a not because we want to invert something. The exclamation point. That's a not in this case. And then we type in whitelist dot. You typoed.
Oh yeah.
Then you can remove the dot too.
Then I can remove the dot. Oh, so I can get
yeah, because it doesn't. It would show you also the options. No, when you fix. Yeah.
Let me get this right. Wait.
Yeah.
List dot.
And then you select the contains option. Yeah.
Oh.
Double click it.
Okay. I was saying I've clicked this thing 6 times now. I ain't going nowhere.
And then select the block option.
Okay.
And then you may finish the if block. Go out of it and make the opening and closing curves for it.
Why has it got an extra? Oh, never mind. That one. All right. So that, and then that,
and then you move the player attack. You move that inside of this if block.
Okay, so we take this.
Cut, not copy.
It,
no.
And paste it right now.
Yeah. What this basically does is it's checking if the block that's currently punched, if it's in the whitelist of blocks that should not, if that one is in there, that should not hurt you. So if you say IC2 scaffolds, for example, then it would not hurt you if you whitelisted them. That's the idea.
Ooh.
So that's basically the filter option that you do. And now we are going to do the configs.
Okay, hold on a second. Set is the blueprint of a car. Hash set is the car itself.
Yes.
That makes sense. Alright, so now we're doing the config. And hold on. Lightning decided she wanted to add to this.
Tab.
Is that what I need to do? There we go.
Yeah.
She decided she needed to look up at me and lay her head on my keyboard.
That's totally fine.
So, Control S, let's save this shit.
Correct.
Alright.
And then we scroll up to the, correct, to there. No, into the init function.
Into the init, so the public void init?
Yeah, and then actually you copy the, from event handler to the opening curve, you copy everything from that.
Copy everything from here?
No, one line above. You copy everything from 31 to 33.
From 31 to 33. Gotcha.
And paste it above it.
Copy and paste.
Hit enter.
Enter.
And now you change the above init function to pre-init.
Pre-init. Oh shit! Why is everything? Oh,
caps lock.
She hit the caps lock button too.
Yeah.
All right. So
and now you need to add after the FML, between FML and FML initialization event. You need you need to add a pre with a big P.
Okay.
And hit save.
Okay.
And saved. Good. This allows you to get a better config file, or it gives you access to the config file area.
To make sure I remember this correctly, what we basically are doing is the event handler that we copied is in the initialization part of the loading, and we're now doing one that's in the pre-initialization, so it's before the actual loading of everything else.
Yeah, basically. In that direction, or not in that direction, in that in an initialization part, Forge provide us access to the configs folder, which we need to generate a config, because if we want to whitelist something, this is basically the way to access the configuration. You can do it elsewhere, but it's not as easy to implement. So
Okay.
you create now a configuration with a big C, and then you give it a name afterwards.
Do you really think I know how to spell this? Hold on.
So far, so far it's correct spelled. The AZ needs to go away.
The AZ needs to go away?
Yeah.
Configuration. Okay.
Yeah. And then name it config.
Wait a minute. Do I need something here, or just
that's the name basically.
Config. Okay.
And then you make an equals. We create now the configuration, which is basically a new configuration. New is small, and you need to space between configuration and new.
No matter what I choose, it's going to be wrong. I swear, every time.
You get the hang of it, even if you forget it. It's basically muscle memory. And then you make round curves instead of a space. And then you type an event. In this case, small, because the parameter event is typed small. And now I have a question, now I have a question. Do you want to use the default config, or do you want to make a config folder for that, or how do you want to have your config file, or where do you want to have your config placed?
Default's fine. I don't need a folder.
Okay, then you hit dot. Get suggested config file. It's deeper.
Okay, I'm typing again.
Yeah. Suggested config file. Then you go to the end of the line and make a semicolon. And hit save. It won't import because there are a lot of configuration options. You need to select the Forge option. The second one, configuration net Minecraft Forge command config. Good. And then you go to the next line.
Saving again. Okay.
Of course.
So you want...
We need an extra line. Good. And then you type in try dot. Remove the dot. And select the catch. Try catch.
Try catch? Oh, shit.
Yeah. You can slowly fix that if you want. Or leave it like that, depending on you. So far, I created everything we needed. It just needs to be maybe fixed. Do you want?
Why do I have an extra one?
No, it combined the closing part and the opening part with the catch. The catch needs its own line, and then the
Oh, I see the other one there. It's up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one above the try needs to be going down.
Try catch.
Try is there's an opening one above the try.
Oh, wait a minute. This needs to go
get down, and the other one too. And then you can replace the to-do exception handling with e dot print stack trace element without parameters.
Stack trace print. Wait a minute.
Get stack trace, or no, print stack trace. Sorry, print.
Okay.
Without parameters.
There is no without parameters.
Select the one with parameters and leave it empty.
So this one.
Double click one. And then you delete.
Delete.
And then you just reformat it. That's properly placed.
Oh, you want this moved over here.
Yeah. Now you go at the end of the catch closing part and make a new line. And type in finally. Enter. Opening and closing part.
That's finally wrong, or is it?
No, it's correct. It's missing the opening and closing part.
Oh, okay. So then we need to open and close.
What you know what try catch does, right?
It's going to try to do something, and if it's going to catch it if it fails and not crash the game.
Yeah, correct. And what finally does is basically, after the try catch is over, even if you have a return, if you return something in a function, finally gets executed no matter what, even if the thing is crashing or not. And in there we type in config.save.
Save void?
Yeah, save.
Okay.
What that does is basically, no matter if the config crashes or not, it saves the config. So even if you like make mistakes or something, it tries to save what was correctly done, and allows at least to recreate the config from scratch. And now we go into the config and start with this. No, we go into the try catch area, into the try itself, and do a string, not something that you wear, but with a big S. And then you do the corner curves, which symbolize an area. No, like when you do to the, they make a cube if you open and close them.
Oh, okay, the big fuck off brackets.
Yeah, this is a symbol that represents an array. And then you go to the end of the string and type in names.
Give me a second. This mod is basically a mod to replace adventure mode, sort of. It's to keep you from being able to punch trees. It's not really to stop you from doing it, but it's to convince you to get a better option to do so. You can punch a tree, but it's not necessary. Also, if you try to punch through stone, it's going to kill you because you take like a heart of damage every punch. That's basically it. More or less something for Greg Tech players. That's about it. Okay, sorry. Back?
No worry. Greg just reminded me of something that I totally forgot, and he's right. But we do that later in a second. Now we move to the end of the array part and make a space and name it names in this case. And then we do space equals config dot and yeah, take that one.
The top one gets string list?
Yeah. First, you type in the name of the config entry, which is basically the name that's shown, like change energy multiplier or something like that, what every mod does. So whitelisted blocks, for example. You need to do the string short indicators before, which is the uppercase things. No, not that.
Big ass ones.
No, what you see at mod ID, the I forgot the name of these. Punch me not. Before and after that, there's like a symbol before and after that.
Oh.
Yes.
Parentheses.
Yeah. This is, by the way, something that is shown in your config file. So how you type it is going to be printed in the configs.
Okay.
The category is which type of category the config sits in. You can have like multiple categories, but in this case we type in general because it's the general config part.
And we're doing this with these.
Yes, always.
Okay.
Okay, and default values, you type in new string, string type big. Double click in this case. Then it auto selects this full word. Space between when a new is always space unless it's a name. And then you do the array and put inside of the array a 0.
Nah. And then inside we put a 0. What? Oh, stop. Quit arguing with me. What the fuck's it doing now?
You pressed the thing above remove reversed or delete button. You press the button above that.
I don't have a button above that on my keyboard.
Well, you have pause 1, end, and then you have like delete, and then you have above delete something or next to pause 1. That's
okay.
what that was.
I got it. So now
then you do a comma you need. And the comment is basically the description of the config, of this specific config. So you can type in whatever you want in there.
Do I need a description in there?
You can leave it away and then it doesn't have a description.
So let's do... oh, we gotta do this shit again.
Yeah.
And blocks. Can I shift this down to the next line?
With enter.
I just want to make sure I wasn't going to fuck anything up. It's just annoying typing at the end of the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, add blocks to
the whitelist.
Remove damage from them.
Use after that. Use registry name to define them because they need to know what to type in this case. Use block registry name.
Okay, now being a moron on this side, I wouldn't know what a registry name is.
Okay.
So can we just do like example and give them a couple?
Yeah, zum Beispiel, yeah, sorry. For example, like just type an example dot like Minecraft Minecraft and then the I don't know the word for it. Yeah, that's that symbol. And
colon.
then dirt, for example. Colon, yeah. Dirt. And maybe put a colon before the example. Also, did you type example with S?
I think that's 2 A's. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's not right. There.
Okay, and then you make a semicolon at the end of that, and that's it. So now we need to copy string array and names. No, at the beginning of it, we copy that. And then you remove the string array. Only the string array at the beginning.
Remove this part.
Yeah. That part you remove.
Okay.
And then you go on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
On top of the class, I mean, after the line of whitelist, where the blocks are whitelisted.
All right, give me a second.
Public static set, or line 31 in this case. And then you make a public static again. And then you paste and add a semicolon to it. Okay, now to explain what Greg said to me and what we're doing. What we are getting right now is a string array of blocks that should be whitelisted, but we can't load the blocks in on the pre-initialization event, and that's something that Greg said to me, what I forgot, because not every mod is already loaded its blocks on the pre-initialization event when you get it. There's a loading order when each mod gets loaded, and it could be that like 5 mods get loaded after your mod in the pre-initialization event, which means these 5 mods can't be used in your config because that would cause a crash because these blocks are not there yet. So we need to first cache these names that need to be removed from the list and executed in the initialization event, because in the pre-initialization event, all blocks have to be added already. That's the rule of thumb, at least. So then we can scroll down and to the initialization event and handle there the blocks.
So we're going to add it in after the try catch.
You can do that even before that if you want, or after that if you want.
Does it matter where it's done?
No.
And we'll do it after.
Okay, you can't go into the catch because then it will not work if you have GregTech installed. So you need to be outside of the second catch or the first catch, depending on how you see it.
Outside of this one.
Yeah. So, and now what we're going to do is waiting, and then we start a for loop, which is basically for, and then the curves that are usually used for the if statement. And then you're going to do string with a big S, because it's a type in this case. And then type in a space S for, that's just a short name, space colon, I think, space, and then names. And then you can finish the line and make open and close in brackets like for an if statement. The semicolon at the end needs to be going away because that's not going to work. Okay, and what that does, it basically iterates through every single index of names. So if you have 50 names on it, it will go through every single name and execute the code inside of there.
And that's Greg's bitching. It says not the initialization event.
Yeah, I know a couple mods that do that too, but these mods are basically unlawful. Okay, then you cut basically the for loop out. Oh wait, you don't do that yet. You go please up to the initialization event and copy from line 51 to line 53. Because Greg, 53.
Because Greg, now you had me cut something here. I don't still need.
That's already fixed.
Okay. So
you copy that, you don't cut it, and then put it below.
And then we're going to come here.
Yeah, between that. You paste it and press enter.
Press enter.
And then you add a post before the init.
Now we're doing post initialization.
Yeah. And between FML and initialization with a big P.
Got it.
And then you save. And then you're going to cut the line 72 up to 75 and paste it in at 77. So this is now Greg free, or Greg supported. Now we're going to add a try catch block. So you put in a try and a catch. Try dot, and then you remove the dot afterwards. And then you select catch.
The try catch.
Correct. Then you fix the try catch so it looks nice again. Which is actually very simple.
Because Speiger.
Yeah. Right from the beginning. The catch needs to be on its own line too.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Give me time. All right. Now we're going to take this out.
Yeah. Take this out and then make it an E dot print stack trace.
E dot print stack trace.
Correct. You can
Durable or this one?
You select one that is also with parameters. That's fine. You just delete it afterwards.
Yeah, but we want to print writer, not print stream, right?
It doesn't matter because we don't use any of these. Like, just select one of those and then just hit delete. And then just fix the line, and that's it. So that the ePrint stack trace element is like...
Oh, you want that over there.
And then we're going to type in the try catch on the line 81, I think? Yeah, 81. You type in block. I just go very close.
Okay.
Block with a big B. Space block with a small b. Equals block with a big B.
Holy hell, dude. Are we using any other word in this line other than block? block equals block.
Yeah. Dot.
Yeah.
Get block by name or from name.
Get block from item from name. There we go.
From name. And then you type in S.
S.
Now I need to check something, so we fix potential block issues with blocks. How many blocks I can say.
And now Greg's bitching. He doesn't put his brackets in separate lines. It wastes time and space.
Yeah. Okay. Then you put a semicolon after that. Yeah, just a semicolon, and then a new line. And we start with an if statement. And put an if the round curse after the if. Block space exclamation point equals.
Does not equal. Gotcha.
Yeah. Space no.
Oh, great. Now we're going to get a no point exception.
If it's not a no point exception, then, or if it's not null, then it's fine. It doesn't crash. I checked the function for it. In newer versions, it actually returns error if you don't know what it is. And that's also pretty annoying. And now you go into the inside of the if block at line 84 and type in whitelist dot add, and then you select block. Semicolon. And done.
And done. Okay. Control S.
So now you start Minecraft.
Now I haven't even tried to get this one through the Speiger yet, so shut up, Treasure. Treasure's got some weird idea that if your health is below 100%, then if you punch a zombie, you've got a cut on your body, and the blood from the zombie would infect you, so therefore you would get poisoned or hurt or something from punching a zombie. I think he's out of his damn mind.
That's actually really simple to do.
Yeah, shut up. I think he's out of his mind. All right, so how the fuck do we start? Is it 12?
F11, F11, sorry,
11.
German.
I was off by 1.
Yeah,
Why did it not stop?
because you have already something selected. Now you hit F11.
There we go. Punch fire equals burn yourself. You're just mean.
Yeah, set on fire, correct. That would be funny, but no.
Yeah, that's just being mean.
I maybe should open your YouTube chat. That would maybe help.
I would always be burning because I'm like a firefighter in the nether. Keep giving me bad ideas. I'm gonna have him tell me how to write code in here that if bear equals player, if player equals bear equals holding stick, he does more damage. That way, when I poke something with a stick, hurt him a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right. So
now you close the game again.
What the fuck?
We just wanted to generate the config.
If I wanted to crash, I could have just asked Greg to do it.
You go onto the navigator on the left side, and there's an Eclipse folder. A bit up.
Somewhere. There it is.
Yeah, open that. There's a configs folder.
Mm-hmm.
And punch me not config.
Okay. Yeah, let's get it on the right damn screen so you can see it. Holy crap, why is everything gotta be white? Is there a way of black mode on this too?
There is a black mode actually. You go under, let me just look that up.
For Notepad++? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not 100% dark mode, but it's a little bit darker. I just need to find out what it is. Where is it?
If I can. I thought it was funny, Greg. Every time I try to open a freaking GT6 single player, it crashes my world. Now it just crashes a little bit later than it did before. Your FML fucking packet proxy bullshit just now does it when the world loads rather than when I'm still on a dirt screen.
Where is that?
Unless I do super flat. Super flat I can do on the first try. Regular one I can't do. It's annoying. No, we're not doing if player equals treasure, give iridium pick. I see you.
Yeah, that would be funny. I can't find it right now out of my head or from easy search. What you basically do now is add a block that we're going to do. So you just make a new line inside of these greater.
Why does it put this one up here? Why does it not put it down here?
That's Forge.
Well,
I don't know if
annoying.
Forge likes that actually. Just leave it like how it was.
Fuck Forge. Okay, so there, and then we need a new line. All right.
And then you type in Minecraft.stone, for example. Well, that doesn't work. The hard-coded ones cannot be overridden, so you can't override things that. Oh shit. Okay. Type in Minecraft.stone.
Mm-hmm.
Then save that. Close it.
Why do I have? Why is when I close this, it doesn't close all the previous ones? That is really annoying. Do not need all these open. Okay, so close that.
We need to fix something, so please scroll down. You are still in the navigator.
Here it goes with that please stuff again.
Yeah. Go far down to the last one, to the last block.
Mm-hmm.
Copy the entire 137 to 138. Cut them out.
Mm-hmm.
And delete 139.
And delete that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just fix the formatting, like just delete the extra lines, empty lines, and also the extra height.
Can I cut a whole line like this?
Nope.
Damn.
You can just tilt remove or delete.
I did, and it just did this crap of doing it over and over and over.
Okay.
It's annoying.
The player tag needs to be one lower. And then you scroll to the top of the if function.
Hmm?
Yeah. And hit enter.
Hmm?
And then you paste in the if that you had.
Hmm?
Hit enter.
Hmm?
Remove the not symbol in the if.
Take this one out.
Yeah. Go down to the end of the block, or to the end of the else if stuff. No, scroll down, I mean. Like
back
to
down here.
copy the line 144.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scroll up to the if statement where that's there. Paste it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hit enter. Type return. With a semicolon. And then save. What this basically does is some mod blocks have like materials that are the same as like logs or other things, and the config needs to override the material type. So now you can even type in wood, stone, and other things like that into the filtered list. So if you start it now, you can actually punch stone without being hurt. So if you start Minecraft now with F11.
Okay.
Also, by the way, guys, I can read now the chat because I have it open.
If player equals junior, give cookies when bear's inventory is full. Now that one I could add.
Checking if the inventory is full is actually like not really easy.
Really?
Yeah, it's not easy unless you know what you're doing. Then you go into an empty world, which you should already have, and now try to punch stone.
And this is because the config file we just did. That we can do this stuff. Why do I have no sounds? There's no sound.
You disabled that.
Yeah.
So now you can punch stone without being hurt.
Okay.
So now it's working. So you have created your own configs.
Okay. So now I can close this.
Do you want to add the server-side only part to it also?
Yeah, because then I don't have to make Greg update it.
Yeah. I paste something into the Discord chat now. Just copy that and paste it into the directly after the add mod line, where after the version. Directly after punch me not version.
Right here.
In the add mod line 25.
Oh, here.
Inside of the symbol.
Inside of
directly inside of that. Just paste. It should be like directly added to that, and that should be fine. And then you just remove the empty line that you made, line 26.
Why is everything I do on my own I gotta undo?
Because it's ugly and annoying and
completely unnecessary. Gotcha.
Yes. But basically this makes the mod server side or server or client side only. It basically ignores the version. And then you save. That's it.
And then we save. Okay.
That's it.
And now if I go into the config again and I take this out, and
Yeah.
I put it. How do I get IC2 scaffolding in here?
You type in IC2, which is the mod ID, and then colon, and then let's give. I have the name for classic at least. I think. 1 second.
You should. You know the guy that made classic.
Yeah, true, but it takes a while to like find the folders where classic is stored because it's not so easily stored.
Now, what the hell is YouTube's issue now? It's red, which means it's getting very low input. You can see from here, I'm putting out 3124. So it's not low.
You just type in scaffold.
Scaffold, okay.
Small typed. And then you save.
We could put GregTech 6 scaffold, but, that shit doesn't exist.
Yeah, and then add that. By the way, this config is just for your, how's it called, dev environment. So when you put it onto the server, the whitelist isn't saved from what you just type in now. Just so you know.
Is there a way to make that part of the config?
Yes, you could make it part of the config, but to add defaults to it, why don't you copy the config over to the server that you write in now? I just wanted to make you aware of that part.
Because I just want it to be a default for anybody that loads this.
Okay, then just copy ic2.scaffold, or just type out all the things that you want to have inside of there, so we have a list of things that you want to have as the default.
I think scaffolds was the main one I had an issue with, wasn't it?
Are there other ones? Think about it, because...
I'm thinking. You know how hard it is for me to think? Oh, those stupid ass freaking drawers.
I don't know the name of the drawers out of my head.
Storage drawers.
Yeah, I know the mod, but I don't know the name for that block. Where is it? I don't have the storage drawer 1710 version. I need to open Curse for a second. If Curse still has it.
No, we're not doing if Bear's inventory is full, set him on fire. Trying to talk me into some very terrible things.
Yeah.
Now my question is, why did we do this in a config instead of just adding it into the mod itself?
Basically, if you find something that you want to add, you don't need to compile and update it onto the server. What you do is just change the configs. It's much easier for you to update things, and you don't need to wait on me to, how's it called, code with you again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I figured it would be like these, which, if it's a material, I know how to do it now because I can.
Yeah, but it's just a safer version, basically.
Okay.
Like, it's easier, it's safer.
Although it is nice to know how to use make a config.
Yeah. Let me just put in storage drawer into the decompiling program. Let's hope it doesn't crash. Mod blocks. They have a lot of names.
Great.
You know what? We don't hardcode these.
Okay.
We just do the IC2 scaffolds if you want, but even that could be just stay in the config. It doesn't have to be hard-coded.
Okay.
Okay, then we just export the mod and I give you the names in a second, after the stream is over.
How many names they got?
Basically for each drawer type.
Oh, good God.
So for full drawers, resolver, or no, the resolver.
I am not typing all that shit. Screw it. We can use a tool on it.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to type all that shit.
I can like type in the names of these, or yeah.
How the hell do I export again?
We're going to do that. You just need to close the Eclipse.
Oh, that's the Gradle thing.
Yeah.
Do that. I can close this for now. I'll leave it open because I need to know where it is. I'll just move it over here.
When you open up the program again, it will just open that unless you close it directly. Like that's why it doesn't close files again. Correct. You need the command prompt and you need the folder where the Fortune Center is saved. No. We're not that far. You're one step ahead. Where is your dev environment? Where's mods? Forge. SRC, and you copy that.
This.
Then CD inside of the CMD space. CD space.
And I can't do that shit. I gotta actually do it this way. It's just fucking annoying.
Enter, and then
the
Gradle, but nope, typoed.
Learn to spell, fucker. Okay.
Dot but.
I thought he was calling me a butt. A dot bot.
But.
Oh,
but
bat, not.
Yeah, that's just type upwards. Upwards. Type the upwards button. Dot. No.
What'd I do?
Let's hope it does nothing.
It's loading.
Yeah, close it. It's
what I break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sid Meier's Railroad. What a nice game. CMD. And luckily you have saved it.
Is there a way to move into not taskbar. Start taskbar? No, I want it here.
Drag and drop.
Can I do that?
Or no, pin to start.
Aha! There we go. It's so much easier. I use it all the time. I need it there. Alright, so
now you do CD space and paste.
CD space.
Right.
Paste.
Enter Gradle bat space and then build. Enter.
What did I do?
Nothing. It's correct.
Oh, okay. It's the way you did that.
I'm just happy that's over.
By the way, while we're sitting here waiting on this thing, well, never mind. I'll end it first now. So we got this. Is it done now? No, building. Okay.
No. It will say when it's done.
Okay. There ain't that much to build. Get going.
Done.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah, it needs to check the dependencies, compile all the code, and all the...
Okay, so that's it. We're done. So
you want to get the file up? Where you don't know where it is, right?
I know where the file is.
Okay.
It's right... let's see. Gradle?
No.
Oh, no. Build. Oops. Right there. Except now I named it this one.
Yeah.
So now I gotta take this name here. I gotta copy it. I gotta put it up here. I gotta paste. Damn it, you motherfucker. Hit the right damn button. Copy. Mother. Paste. And then do one.
Ta-da!
And then I can delete this one. Alright. So then we can close this. And we can throw this on the server.
And make the configs.
Then I have to do this into the I have to type that into the config or move this config over there.
Yeah.
One or the other. Alright, so we're done.
Yeah.
Alright. So I will update this to the GregTech 6 Lite mod when I update later on today. But nobody will actually need it that gets on the server. It's only there for single player.
Yeah.
So, have a good one.